and welcome to another episode of the CoWorking Show. Today we are talking about another destination that is perfect for co-working. Last time we talked about the beautiful island Madeira in Portugal, and today we're going to talk about another island, but not in Portugal, but in another super famous country in Europe, Greece. Actually, to be honest, one of my favorite countries in Europe, because I think when I was younger, we went there almost every summer, and after I graduated, I worked there as a tour guide for 2 summers, so I really have a strong connection to the island, and I just love the culture, the people, the food, the atmosphere, and so I can definitely in general recommend Greece as a destination to travel to. Also because currently the numbers are really low, the restrictions are also low, and they're opening up for tourists already, so you can go there and have a great summer. Either going on a vacation or going on a co-working trip. So today we're going to talk about the island of Crete. It's actually the largest and the most popular island of all the islands that we have in Greece. I think there are more than 4,000 islands that Greece has in general. And why we're talking about Crete is because there is a town called Chania that is super famous among co-workers. The good thing about Crete is that it's really easy to reach, so there are a lot of direct flights going directly to Heraklion, the airport, which is the main city, and also you can easily get there by ferry. So it's really comfortable to get there. And of course, the island is really big, so there's also a lot of things to discover, and you have a lot of options of different villas and any kind of housing that you might want to book for your co-working trip. If you don't know what exactly to take into account when talking about a co-working trip or when planning a co-working trip, I do have another episode talking about which things to take into account before planning a co-working trip. Check that out. We will link it in the description. So as I said, Crete is a huge island. You have many things to discover. The perfect city is either you can also go to Heraklion, but it's a bit bigger. But Chania is a really tiny town. It has like a Venetian harbor and some a lot of waterfront restaurants and tiny streets, and it's kind of calm, but still there's a lot of stuff going on. So you do have quite a big community of remote workers and also some meetup groups, Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, co-working spaces, and the most important, a lot of big villas where you can stay with your co-working crew and then enjoy the life with the other co-workers or just with your co-working crew itself. And so besides working, of course, Crete has a lot of other stuff to offer. So after work, but also on the weekends, or if you have a day off, you can explore and experience many things on the island. I personally have a few things that I would definitely recommend you guys to do, although there are tons of other things that you can do. But I will just start with the things that I think are the coolest ones. So first of all, what I can definitely recommend you guys, but I think that goes for every destination I usually go to, rent a car, because this is where you're the most flexible with. You don't depend on any buses, connections, and all that kind of stuff. So just hop on a rental car if you want. Check out our partner page. We do have a partnership with a big company that rents out cars, and you can get a discount by being a JoinMyTrip user. So where you should definitely go is a beach called Saitan Limania. There you have to be a bit adventurous because the parking spot is 300 meters above sea level. So what you need to do is park your car, and then basically it's not even hike, it's actually climb down until you reach the little bay. And it's an absolutely beautiful, incredible beach, and just pictures, and definitely worth the little climb down there. Make sure to not go there during noon because then it's going to be really hot and also quite crowded. So I would recommend going either early in the morning or a bit later in the day. And another thing that you should watch out for, there are many goats running around in the hills and stuff, which is nice, but they like food. So when you bring food, make sure to that it's really covered in your backpack and it's not open, because otherwise the goats will come and try to get into your backpack, and you might want to avoid this by just really wrapping it up, so make sure that you can't really smell the food. I think the ones of you that have been to Bali or in general Indonesia or any other country in Southeast Asia before, you know that it's the same with monkeys. And also with raccoons actually. I really have a funny story about raccoons robbing my food, but I'll tell this in one of the webinars where we talk about our travel fails. So anyways, this beach is definitely recommended. It's a little adventure, but it's gonna be worth a visit. And then there's another thing, it's the Matalana Beach. This is really famous for its caves that are actually, yeah, you can find them inside the mountains. And it's not only the caves, but the fact that a lot of hippies used to live there and actually still live in these caves. So when you go to the beach, which is actually a really beautiful beach, you might want to see some hippies running around and see how they live in their caves and stuff. So that's also, I think, something super yeah, unique and individual. Another thing that has not a lot of stuff to do with the beach, but is still really beautiful, is the Samaria George Canyon. It's a canyon that is actually, I think, 13 kilometers long. And what you can do there is you can, yeah, just go there. The best thing is to go there by public transport. Then you can hike down and then just hike along the whole canyon, which is a really beautiful hike, and you're gonna explore beautiful nature, and yeah, you're pretty sure you're gonna have a good time. And then at the end, you can take the ferry back to the main, basically back to the city. So that's a really cool day trip that I would definitely recommend you guys to do. And yeah, these are just 3 of like the top excursions. Another 2 things that I can definitely recommend you guys to do is, first thing, do one of those Jeep safaris one day. Because yeah, I mean, Crete is really big, so there is a lot of space. And a lot of companies offer these tours for four-wheeler, like Jeep tours. And you like, if you like adventure stuff, it like really goes really fast and off-road in the mountains, and you can, yeah, just explore Greece or like Crete in from another angle that where you won't be able to go with just a normal rent-a-car. So this is something that I can only recommend. I did it on roads when I was living there, and we had a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm 100% sure that this is also going to be a lot of fun when visiting Crete. And then last but not least, something that I would recommend anybody to do when going to Greece is just do some island hopping. The beauty about Greece is, as I mentioned before, there are tons of islands. Some of them are inhabited, some of them are not. And you can yeah, visit them easily by going on a boat trip. So either you're lucky and you know somebody that, yeah, is either a sailor and can take you on a small sailing trip, but you can also rent boats by just showing your driver's license. I mean, those are the smaller ones. But of course, there are also a lot of companies that offer like 3 island tours or whatever. And especially around Crete, you do have a lot of options to visit some small islands. And there's one island, I think it's called Epanosia or something similar. It's famous for its pink beach. It's because there's like some crystal stuff in the sand, and that looks really cool. A bit on, I think it's Aruba, no, where they also have the pink beach. So that's really cool. But there are also tons of other tiny islands where it's just beautiful to go around there, to jump from the boat in the water, and that's also a perfect excursion for a whole day. Especially if you're there with your coworkers and you're all a bigger group, then you are usually able to get either a private boat or like a really good discount for your trip. And what you can also do, it's a bit far away, but if you would like to visit Santorini, the beautiful island in Greece that is like the picturesque island where you have all the white houses built in the mountain, you can also do that as a day trip from Crete. It's gonna be a really long day, but you can definitely do it. But if not, of course, there are always like flights going there, so you can also do that. So as you can see, Crete, there's a lot to discover, a lot to see. Of course, take into account that there are a lot of tourists, and there are also a lot of big hotels, like where you just have like those huge all-inclusive bunkers, I always call them. But besides, just try to avoid these parts where you have those like whole touristy parts. Go to smaller places and places, for example, like Chania, where you don't have so many big hotels, and enjoy the life. So I think Crete has a lot to offer. If you go there in high season, watch out because the prices might be a bit higher. So high season is July and August. So maybe you want to go there either late summer or now. Now we have May, so now it's the perfect time to go. Still not so many tourists are on the island, so definitely. I think I might also go for a co-working trip there. I'll see. I need to check my calendar. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope my little Crete tips will help you. Maybe as a last tip about the internet in Greece in general, you really don't have to worry. The internet connection is, except if you go like to these really tiny islands, is really good. And especially on Crete, you will always have really good reception because it's the most popular island and it's the biggest one. So yeah, there's a lot of there's good connection. In case you're not sure if the Wi-Fi in your accommodation will be enough for your whole co-workers, What I usually do, I just get a local SIM card and take a second phone, and then I can give myself a hotspot from that phone. Or I have a little router where I can add the SIM card. The best providers for these SIM cards are either Wind or Cosmode. I spoke to a lot of co-workers or like remote workers that are currently in Greece, and both they recommended me both companies. So just check out which company does have the better deal, and then usually you can get a plan for 30 days or something. And this way you can make sure that you're always covered with internet in case the Wi-Fi of your accommodation is not enough. So that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have an amazing day. Talk to you again next week. I still have to think about which island I'm going to talk about or which place, but I'm sure I will find another really cool spot to recommend you guys. And yeah, have a great weekend. Today is Friday. I can't wait for the weekend. And bye bye guys. Thank you. And oh, before I forget, don't forget to, if you like this episode or in general, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel. Feel free to share it with your friends in case they're planning a trip to Greece or a co-working trip to maybe even to Crete. And of course, if you want to publish your own co-working trip to Crete and you're not sure yet on how to do it and how to get that started, don't hesitate to contact me, Anna@JoinMyTrip.com, or just send us a message on any social media channels that we are present. And I think you can find us on any channel. And yeah, happy to receive your message. Have a great day and Yasu!